Hello, welcome to SCIE. My name is Neil Mobsby and I'm the principal. And I'm just going to take you through a short presentation about the school. So what does SCIE mean? You can see our vision statement. Students in a challenging international environment learn social responsibility, creativity, independence and enthusiasm. And that's what underpins our school totally and is the most important thing for us. We are independent, we are privately owned, but the owners of the school put everything back into making the school a truly exceptional academic experience for the students. We are selective, we run entrance tests and take about 10%. Although we're day and boarding, any teaching staff do not have boarding duties. It's important to mention that. And the other thing is we're high school only, so only key stages 4 and 5, mostly IGCSE, AS and A level, but also now with some US AP exams. Where is SCIE? Well, this is China, and if we zoom in, you'll see coming up here Hong Kong, and just to the north of Hong Kong, Shenzhen. Within Shenzhen we have Futian, and SCIE is just here, very close to the center of Shenzhen. And this is the neighborhood. Just to the north of the school is some mountains. We're really close to a lot of resources, supermarkets and the metro station. And in fact, the metro station literally just round the corner from the school. And it's a crossroads, so travel within the city is very good. Accreditation, we are fully accredited by both CIS, Council of International Schools, and the Western Association of Schools Commission in the US, showing that the education we provide is a truly international experience. We do have use of different exam boards. Cambridge is our main one, but also we use Oxford AQA, as well as the AQA, the UK version, College Board for our APs, and also some exams with Pearson and Excel. And finally, we're members of regional organisations, FOBISIA, Federation of British International Schools in Asia, EARCOS, and NESIC in China. And that's it, that's our staff. There's me in the middle. This is the staff this year, 205 in total, of which about 60-70% are expats. The others are local teachers, but all our local teachers are teachers in their own right, teaching their own subject through the medium of English, unless it's a language. That's our curriculum. We've got the 2 years IGCSE program, and then the 2 years ASA levels, spread across the 5 different faculties that you can see up there. APs, we did have 6 this year, but moving on next year to a full range of AP subjects when we open an actual AP stream. And finally, English. English is compulsory throughout the school. Our students start off with IGCSE English and then move on to AS and A levels, both language and literature. So each year, Cambridge exams give Outstanding Learner Achievement Awards. Our students get a lot of those awards, some top in world, some top in China. And the reason they get that is because our students cover all the subject areas. So they're not just science and mathematics, as you would expect from Chinese students. They achieve awards in English, top in worlds often, English literature, in languages, not just Chinese, but Spanish, Japanese, and also in the humanities. So they're very high achieving students. And these are our students. We do keep roughly ratio of boys to girls of about half. Currently it's just slightly different. Our students, where they come from, the majority are from Shenzhen, but we also have nearly a third from all over China. And nationality-wise, they are mostly mainland Chinese students. The student body is basically local Chinese, but you can see the actual breakdown there. What are our students like? Well, this was last year's graduating class. There were nearly 500 of them, so you can see how many. We got 48 offers from Oxford and Cambridge. We do a lot of the students going for G5 in the UK, top universities, but also in the US, getting plenty of offers from top universities. And this is from the 2023 data. We actually compare ourselves to some of the top UK private schools and state schools and looking at how many students we have going to Oxford and Cambridge. And we're now currently 12 out of all schools overall. Actually, for Cambridge, we're third behind 2 other international schools. Oh, there we go. House and ECA. Marco, who's our Pastoral Deputy, might like to speak about the House and ECAs.
Hello, I'm Marco Campisi. I'm the Pastoral Deputy Principal at SCIE. I just talked to you quickly about our House and ECA system. The ECAs that we run over 200 ECAs, many of which are run by our students alongside our teachers from a whole range of different areas: academics, sporting, hobbies and activities, and those things that actually help support their university applications. We also have a really strong house system, our 4 main houses: wood, fire, metal and water, which follow the Chinese idea of the elements. House activities take place every Wednesday afternoon and are hotly contested, as you might imagine. I couldn't possibly tell you who the current leader is though, because this jacket says that I'm impartial to the house system. And there you can see a couple of examples of our ECAs. We have just literally finished the SCIE MUN, the Model United Nations, where we had 150 delegates from schools around the whole of China. And as you can see, we've got the house activities with one of our heads of house in the picture there, cheering his team on in the house activities.
Okay, important things, money. So let's get to the crux of it. What can people expect to get paid if they come and join SCIE? First of all, requirements minimum so that we can get you a working visa for China, a degree in your area of expertise, your teaching qualification, the PGC or the equivalent, minimum 2 years relevant teaching experience. And that will, that will put you at our point 20 on our pay scale. Then, depending on the experience you've got, for each full 2 years experience you've got, we increase by 1 point on our pay scale up to our maximum entry point at 0.25. And you can see this is currently the equivalent value in GBP, British pounds. Once teachers join our school, they do progress up this pay scale at 1 point per year. So it does encourage teachers to join our school very early, all the way up to our maximum point on the pay scale. What else do we have on offer? There are some responsibility allowances for different positions, including form tutor. Most of our teachers will also be a form tutor, and for that we pay an additional allowance. Marco, briefly, what does the form tutor do?
We have approximately 100 form tutors, and they would look after a group of
around about 20 students each. So they would see them in their morning form period for 10 minutes every morning. They would also deliver the PSHE curriculum once a week to them. And they would run mentoring sessions 3 times a year to really hone down on their progress, their academics, and their overall progress throughout their time at SCIE.
3 times for each student, that is. Yes. Okay, good. And as well as the allowances, accommodation-wise, Shenzhen actually has very high housing costs. So we provide rent-free furnished apartments. They are good. The staff are happy in them. So we take that as the best explanation of whether the accommodation is suitable. The gratuity at the end of each 2-year contract, we pay a 2-month gratuity, so equivalent of your last salary, so the highest of your salaries. Tax, everyone pays tax. Sorry about that, we pay tax as well. It's approximately 20% of salary. What else? Flights, excuse me, flights. It's an annual allowance. Currently, it's 15,000 per year. That is for yourself and your spouse if they're coming with you. It is quite reasonable. Currently, flights to the UK can be had very cheaply. Richard, do you know roughly?
About 8,000 RMB.
About 8,000, so
cheaper.
this is almost enough for 2. Because it's a flight allowance, we pay it directly into your salary and you can use it for whatever you like. So you don't actually have to take it as a flight to your home country. You can use it for traveling in the area or even for going shopping. Medical, it is full medical coverage for yourself and 1 dependent, excluding the US of course, and it does work quite well as a coverage. If you do have children, we can provide free tuition for up to 2 dependents from ages 5 to 18 using an affiliated school, Green Oasis School, which is 5 to 14, or within SCIE itself from 14 to 18. And finally, we have a relocation allowance of 7,000. Teaching, this is the good bit. Teaching load, only 24 40-minute periods a week. So you can see a rough timetable and you can see the gaps on the timetable. So that where you have time for marking and preparation. And we also have 6 periods of personal time fitted into your timetable where you don't have to be in school and you don't have to feel guilty about it. As I mentioned earlier, no boarding responsibilities. The boarding house looks after itself and they look after the students in the evenings for the evening studies. Holidays, we get summer, Christmas 2 weeks, and we also have the Chinese October National Day holiday, which is 1 week beginning of October, and 3 weeks for Chinese New Year. CPD, which Richard is going to talk about, I'll pass across. Right. Richard, our academic deputy.
Excellent. Okay, this is from our CPD newsletter, which we present staff at the start of the year. We are really lucky at SCIE because we have very generous CPD provision. We team up with evidence-based education. We're also members of Karen Ardley Associates, teaching walkthroughs, partial CPD. Whatever your passion is and you want to develop, SCIE can support it. We also have opportunities to develop leadership skills, both internally and externally. So this is a school where we really do want you to grow with us. And as a result, lots of staff stay for a long time and do more than 1 contract.
On that, I think our average stay at the moment is about 6 years. So that's at least 3 contracts. The deputies also teach. So this is our pastoral system. It is a full system with heads of each year group who are fully supported. They're in charge of student well-being through our medical office and our guidance counsellors. And we also have a full form teacher system and the house system. You can get some idea of people from this. This one shows our students. They also are really part of our pastoral system because they help with peer support. Oh, the campus. It's a lovely green campus, as you can see from this, set in the middle of the city. The teaching buildings, we've got two sides, the A block and B block, a 2-floor library across the middle. And the theatre, 720 seats, which means it's excellent for performances, for shows as well. Music, that's the library. We also have drama studios, art areas. Food-wise, we've got a coffee shop as well as our canteen, and even a 500-metre elevated running track around the school. This sports, so this is all-weather, all-terrain football pitch, 7-a-side size, with climbing wall, so you can see plenty of sporting facilities. Our sports hall is large enough that we've got the full basketball court and another area which is good for volleyball, tennis, etc. Staff-wise, you'll have a dedicated space in your subject-based staff office, which is a place where you can go for all your work when you're not in the classroom. And the 9th floor, staff only. So we have the staff lounge, we've got the staff recreation room with a pool table, we've got football, even a mother's room and music facilities, plenty of different ideas for the different staff. And a staff gym. So everybody during the day can go and work out if they've got free time. That's separate to our student gym. We have one of those as well, don't worry. Food, so the canteen and a coffee shop. There is a lunch allowance for staff. So I'm talking about staff accommodation, but sorry, I just want to interrupt because we'll move across to global awareness because our head of global awareness literally has just come in through the doorway. So I'll pass you across to Angeline.
At SCIE, part of our global citizenship program is for our students to explore the 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. We foster the idea that they are doing these projects for problem solving by themselves, where we only support them. We don't really give them a prescriptive task to do what they need to do. They go on exploration and have student agency to give probable solutions to these global issues going forward. We also enjoy to see the solutions our students come up with for these problems, because we know that our students are very unique in the way that they think and that the way that they address our global issues as well.
Thank you, Angeline. And back to what I was talking about, staff accommodation. So this is our staff accommodation block. Staff are happy there. It's got good views out across the city, and you can see down below is our school, the school campus, the teaching building. So we're literally at the edge of campus, so it's a short commute, but also you can go out the other way. It's actually down to where the metro station is. The apartment's nice and standard. 2 bedrooms is our typical standard. Although we do also have some family apartments for those with children, which have a 3rd bedroom. And also, yeah, literally the metro station you can see from the window of the apartments. Also seeing out, this is Children's Park, so that's visible from the apartments. It seems to be nice. People like it. Including a child's playground on the ground floor. And staff clubs, activities. We have plenty of things that staff get involved in. They do like to get involved with stuff together. We have clubs, football club, and also, well, pretty much anything you like. And events. Our staff council, which is elected, they have quite a large budget to spend on organising events and trips through the year, as well as organising some clubs for staff. Here we can see some of the activities and some of the trips. There you go. What's it like living in Shenzhen? Cost of living is very low. As I said, the cost of accommodation, housing is quite high in Shenzhen, but we already have that covered. Everything else is quite cheap. Our staff reckon that's the sort of idea of how much they could save in a year as an average. And getting around the city is incredibly easy. We're at a central point on the metro line, so we've got lines that take you down through the city, or the line that takes you down to Shekou, SeaWorld. So very, very cheap, easily to get about. And we have Didi available so that you can travel around the city. Easy to book, easy to arrange, and very cheap. And China is famous for the food delivery services. So food will arrive at your door, usually about 30 minutes, and that's any type of food, not just the pizza delivery. They deliver anything else. So any shopping you want, you can go online, you can order it. It'll be ordered that day on fast delivery or the next day. There's some pictures of Shenzhen, the skyline. It's a very modern city, as you can see. And it has a lot of green space across the city, mainly because it was designed. And so it's designed to have a lot of green. And it even has beaches out on the coast. Various areas. And that pretty much brings us to the end of everything. So thank you for watching. Do scan the QR code and you'll be able to get more information and access our website where there are more videos that you can have a look at. Thank you very much.